actions as it relates to this, I will let my colleagues at the FBI and DHS speak to it.
Thank you.
Alex, go ahead.
Thank you. I'll move to Ukraine. But before that, may I go back to your opening statement, please?
Sure.
You said that you are concerned about reports that Iran is planning to deliver hundreds of ballistic missiles to Russia. Last week, there were reports that EUCOM, U.S. European Command, citing U.S. intelligence, told the Congress that Iran has already delivered hundreds of ballistic missiles to Russia. And there was also a Reuters report citing European intelligence that there are hundreds of Russians are being trained in Iran. Do you have any confidence in U.S. intelligence finding, and what are you going to do about it?
So, of course, we have confidence in our intelligence assessments. I'm certainly not going to get into them from up here. I think, Alex, to widen the aperture, what we're talking about when I raise things like this is the continued deepening security partnership between Iran and Russia, which continues to be incredibly concerning. It is not just a threat to European security, it's a threat to Middle East security, but it's also shows that Iran's destabilizing influences has reach beyond the Middle East region, and that should be of concern to the entire world, and that's what we'll continue to work closely with our allies and partners on.
Thank you. Two questions on Ukraine.
Yeah.
Maybe your assessment on the latest on the battlefield, particularly the Ukrainian advancing in Russian territory.
So, Alex, I know my colleagues spoke a little bit about this earlier in the last week, but I'll let our partners in Ukraine speak to their own military operations. But generally speaking, we have supported Ukrainian forces being able to defend themselves against attacks by Russia's forces that are coming from across the border to take actions to protect themselves from these attacks. That, as President Biden says, would be common sense. We are continuing to stay focused on making sure that our partners in Ukraine have what they need to defend themselves from Russian aggression. And ultimately, the decisions about how Ukraine conducts its military operations are decisions for Ukraine to make. Nothing has changed about the United States policy with respects to strikes across the border.
On that line, an advisor to President Zelensky told Washington Post last week that they have formally requested the Biden administration to allow them to use ATACMS to hit back Russian target Russian bases where the attacks are coming from, because they have been targeting Ukraine, territory without impunity. Is it time, as we see Ukraine advance, in the region, is it time to stop caring about what Putin thinks and untie Ukrainian hands?
So, Alex, look, I'm not going to get into private diplomatic conversations with our Ukrainian partners beyond just saying that our policy hasn't changed.
Can I just very quick
Yeah,
follow on that?
sure.
Because Putin has been sort of threatening a tough response. Says this will get a worthy response after what's happened in Kursk. That was within the last 24 hours, I think. Do you have any comment on what he said?
Sorry, could you couldn't hear
Vladimir
you.
Putin talked about a worthy response to what's happened in Kursk. Do you have any comment on what he's been saying? It's been sort of fairly threatening rhetoric.
Well, look, this is nothing new for Mr. Putin. Over the course of this conflict, he has saber-rattled, used escalatory language. Let's not lose sight of the fact that, again, the only reason we are having this conversation, the only reason Alex was in a point to even ask me this question or raise this issue, and you're able to follow up, is because in February of 2022, Russia illegally, unjustly crossed into Ukrainian territory with an attempt to subjugate its borders. And so really the solution here, and if Mr. Putin is interested in a quick resolution to this, would simply be for Russian forces to leave Ukraine. It could be as simple as that.